It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alfinode. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with a tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. Does Allie say no how to make tea? I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. On sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Well, good thing I just took a break.
Yeah. Yeah, good timing. I said that, Rob.
No, we just finished 4.3. We got the achievement and everything.
No, because we're still doing Emissary of the Dawn, and that's still patch 4.3.
Oh. Interesting. So the Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics. But if we are to contain the thread, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma will be grateful for any information which could help prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Yen will wish to welcome our resident expert on aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Leeson officer had confirmed Zenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Zenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamigan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it's like the corpse was already missing. Assuming Zenos had not in fact risen from the dead, he did, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lead credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it, or neither. They probably just made a second body. That seems like what Garlemand will do, probably. If Asahi was to prevent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. Question is, how many more such monsters are we waiting for? How many more such monsters are waiting for Alfinode and Garlemand? What'd you say?
Oh, you said how many more such monsters? I said yes.
Yeah. Very. The precedence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hoped he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft L-75,
That's 25.
Master Alfinode, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught to miss? Nay, 'tis just... I can see naught from my cabin and was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Orthard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but moms upon moms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of aether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Orthard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report! What to attack, sir? Magitech armor! No visible designation! Magitech? But who? All cannons return fire. Damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it! They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Good to have you back, Master Alphinaud. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye. Aye. Duty calls. Commence the battle for Emissary of the Dawn. Ooh. This upcoming battle, you'll fight as Alphinaud. Look at me, I'm a little boy. What does Alphinaud have? Tri-shackle. Wow, his area effect is very lacking.
You said you are a child now.
I did say that, yes. Can't even access my actions.
But can you access your emotes? That's the important thing. Actually, I should try that out.
Let's see. No, I cannot.
Oh.
My thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who would try to take it remains, however. But these last few out of their misery. The prince wishes none left alive. The prince? They come not to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. Experience what it is to be role-playing, experiencing what it is to be someone else. found it. Not here. Not like this. Ooh. What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies are enemies. Instructions can wait. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alfinod. Let us finish this then. Hooray for mysterious strangers coming to our rescue. The Emperor, that man is a fiend! Cross formation! Oh, I did not read that rest of that. Deploy restraints. Oh wait, I can use limit break.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Oops.
Looks like the third person I've seen that uses that slash attack. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well. I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to the motive, but you have yet to have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking. As for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask! The face of our prey. There must be a way before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer, Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Oh, that's a lot of masks.
It is, and the next one.
Hey, that's a Garlemand mask. What's that doing there? Ugh, this is intolerable. But as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alfino now but pray for his success. Well, that's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemand from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. Last time you tried to sneak, you got interrupted by the Warriors of Darkness, so your track record is not that great. We should lead this to Thancred. Not you two. I understand your frustration, Alice, but Green has a right of it. You must defer to Thancred's expertise in this matter. Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind as I have been bid. We all have our talents, mine just happen to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. Promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doman as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither. I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Green. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alfino to share. Ooh, we learned Ponder. Alice is impatiently fussing with her link pearl.
You know, the thing that's they could have been using this whole time?
Yes. Oh, Green, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East, Thancred is gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alfino is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls. And all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Aeolzian Alliance. Thank the gods for that, we have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamigan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Zenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. This is a course of action send a warrior of light to deal with them. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your Order's counsel will be most welcome. Of course, we'll be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I say this one falls to us. By which I mean, I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. Of course I will. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and the date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than nothing I've been doing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Banquet, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear that right, Riol? Is Thancred coming back? Aye, that he is. Says he requires some important intelligence. Being in Garlemand territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamigan Quarter. Understood. Greed and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. I bet it's going to be information that Alfino's ship crashed. You two out of sight for sore eyes. All I need is water from my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will ya? Trapezing through Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doman and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so
He's
well.
right.
Updated.
Hey.
The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, Our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doman has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Zenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. And Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding him there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say
Oh
that.
my god.
What?
Zaban.
Ah, the name.
The way it was said in the Japanese stuff.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Loath I am to neglect making preparation for the council. We must act swiftly before Alphino's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hien a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. A sound plan. And your Stola is in Doman, is she not? I dare say she'd join you in your search if you asked her nicely. While you see her to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with your Stola.
Back to Enclave. Google.
That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at the present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Well, well. 2 faces from the dim and distant past. It was literally a couple days ago. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that we were speaking with? Yay, I got a follow from Lance.
Yay.
Well, it involved some good connections and people following me on whim. And there you go. Problem solved.
Also, good luck, Sethka.
Oh yeah. Definitely when it cools down.
Time
Whim?
to start.
Yes,
start walking the dogs at 5 a.m.
yes, I say whim because I'm not confident enough to admit that my own branded comedy is enough to draw people in to follow me. Anyway. A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now, he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of the D-aspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. Japanese all love their cat girls. Jesus, wait, stop. More an interest than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Mikote with a peculiar contraption upon her head has a certain novelty value in these parts. Any actual regard they may have for me I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an Aether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they were objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervor in the summoner, Yotsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventive measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know not that will avail us, say to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. Oh yeah, Tsukuyomi was great.
They went ham on the flated symbolism, though. It was great.
But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused and report. Has something happened to Alphinaud? I should join you in the search, of course. I thank you, Stola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Alice puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kian-kan. What are you guys up to in chat?
Well, you know.
Greetings, my friend. Alice has explained all to me. Needless to say, you have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphinaud's trail does lead to the burn of all places. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garlean history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings saw it bled dry of Aether and reduced it to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that Primals had wrought that Emperor Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind, Ah, good old Emperor Solus. The patron of the Prima Vista. Good guy. Anyone that supports arts, I'm going to consider as a good guy. Hopefully. Even if it's an emperor of the Garlean Empire.
I
Yeah.
could completely ruin this with a history reminder.
What?
Oh, nothing. How do you feel about 420?
What?
Exactly, Sophie.
Oh. Well, that one was a failed artist. There's a difference.
See, this is why you support the arts.
I'm just going to move on for this conversation, thank you. Yeah, I do like the Measure of His Reach song. The burn offers a glimpse of the future we seek to prevent. Know you of any reason why Alphidode might have gone there? They flew over it. Aye, mischance. Though it lies on the route to Garlemand, it is no place to make a stop. My guess is they encountered some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same mind as Alice. We have no choice but to take our search to the burn. Given the considerable distances involved, 'tis best we went by bird. Green and I have our yawls. Yugiri, will you ready falcons for the others? I shall gather our swiftest birds. Near the House of the Fierce there is an overlook. Pray join us there once you have seen to your preparations. I do know I need a blue mage spell from the burn. Ah, no, you still wants to try Bardam's Medal. If everyone is here and possessed of a bird, let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There is no civilization to speak of for 100 moms in all directions. Take care you not lose your way. The burn now accessible.
I mean, I could have switched off of healer.
Well then who's gonna heal you?
Peripheral set. Right before we launched. Oh well.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Everyone, land where you can! We must wait out the storm!
Lothar, the burn. Okay, so we do have a normal party. Oh boy, a boss that I have no idea how to face. Ah! I guess this is where I hide behind a pillar. Yay, that went well. Ooh, Allegan technology. Oh, that's one big goblin.
Alive.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Very unconventional, to say the least. Oh, we're at the last boss already?
That's fast.
Yeah. Ah! Wrong duty. Wrong duty, Peter.
Ah, shit.
Ah, can't see.
Ah, shit.
Well, at least it doesn't make us fall off the edge.
Okay, thanks, bub.
Yay!
Yay!
And nothing was scuffed at all. So is this all just sand, or is it salt, or...
Dunno. We could be at the beach.
Either way, it's getting everywhere. Or like ash. Yeah, that makes sense. It is called the burn after all. Alfie node. Alfie node.
Ah, there you are. Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I had begun to despair of finding you again.
It just gets everywhere, doesn't it?
Do you recognize the crashed ship over yonder? Mistress Alizé and I briefly inspected it. It is the vessel that bore Master Alphino away.
But there was no sign of him, nor of Maxima and his people.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphino is his prisoner?
We don't know that yet. You're jumping to conclusions, Alice.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides,
I just said
Alphinaud is
that.
more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
No, he can't swim. Well, he can, but just not very well.
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
Well, that was decidedly an uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due a good brush down and a treat or two, wouldn't you?